And that save made by number 29, tonight's starter for the Junior Victorias and rookie goaltender Ethan Penner. Welcome back, everybody, to another season of mmjhl hockey. Sorry we ran into some technical difficulties tonight. Seems like it always seems to go that way for us over here at G-Show Productions, but happy to be here for another season of St. Vital Centennial Arena. As you can see right now, the Victorias taking on the Fort Garry Twins live here on gshow.ca. Puck gets played up to Alessandro Imbrogno in his own end before the red line dumps it in before getting rubbed out by number 16 for the Twins. Puck behind the net in the Fort Garry end. It's played up. Fort Garry unable to clear as of yet. They do. Puck gets sent back in shortly after, though. Number 2, Evan Philippe, in the lineup tonight for the Victorias. Chasing that down, number 21, and Jorgen Nell. Played some time last year as an AP for the Victorias, stepping up huge in the absence of last year's captain in Denny Gagnon. Puck played to the middle, and Netraduk tries getting it there. That shot there, rebound. Oh, it's turned aside. And the Vics close to striking here early. 4 minutes gone in this game so far. That shot wide there. Valamanders gets his own rebound off the boards, but Ethan Penner strong on his post there, as there's a bit of jawing going on in front of the net between number 5 of the Victorias and Seth Halati, and number 11 in Balshaw. Played up to Rylan Netraduk. He turns that puck over, recovered by the Twins in their own end as they regroup. Looking to play the puck up ice now, and they do. Up to number 7 and Dean Gorchinski. Gorchinski tries cutting to the middle, but strong play there. Number 17 and Carter Wilson for the Victorias as it's back into the neutral zone now. Past the red line. New captain for the Victorias, and Tyler Rubini was announced today on the team's social media as Denny Gagnon passed him the torch. Had some trouble getting that puck in the neutral zone, but he wheels towards the far end of the ice now as that gets kicked to Netraduk. That backhand scores! And the Vics strike first here, scoring the first goal of the 2024-2025 season. Beautiful feed from Rylan Netraduk over to Braden Smith, or it might have been number 13 and Aiden Anderson, as one of the Anderson boys gets this thing started tonight. 1-0 Vics up early. And a huge start for a Victoria's team that so far has looked good in their own end. Looks like they've limited shots by getting into lanes, creating some havoc in front. And they've been very dangerous on their chances. That time, that one going a nifty little backhand into the net there from Aiden Anderson, as it's 1-0 for the Victorias in this game, brought to you by Ken Central Sports Cards Memorabilia, Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, as well as goaltenders. Lazard playing the puck up now, plays it to the net. That save made, though, by goaltender in Ethan Penner. Backhanded up, number 7 and Dayton Kiesman, returning defenseman on this Vics team, but that gets sent back in again. Out to play it was Penner, left it for a teammate. Up to number 10 and Nolan Anderson now. Has that stripped away, though. Onto the stick of Medwick. Plays that to the front of the net, but unable to get it there. The Victorias One to nothing, 13:35 remaining in this opening frame. As Jacquette at the line, unable to hold it, but now he's going to take it in. Backhand side, backhands it cross ice to number 12 and Luke Elliott, but couldn't get it there successfully. Luke Elliott looking to pick the puck up again. Just kidding, that's Connor Mitchell onto the stick of Luke Elliott, but unable to get it in deep. Back to Jorgen Nell in his own end. Plays it across to Halati. Back to Nell as the Vics look to get this breakout going. They do. through neutral ice, just before the blue line, dumped in by Nell as he goes off for a change. Victoria's player on the forecheck now. I believe that might be Philippe jumping up into the play as Philippe hustles to get back now. That's threaded through to Cianflone, and Cianflone can't quite get a stick on that puck. Sam Matani along the boards. Tried playing that down low to Neufeld, but could not get it there. Neufeld picks up the loose puck now in some skates. Tries getting that down low to Matani at that half wall, but now those two will be rubbed out by two Victorias, Alessandro Imbrogno as well as Evan Philippe in the battle. Now joining the battle is Eric Voth for this Fort Garry Twins team. Matani gets a hold of that puck and sends it down low. It's onto the stick now of number 17, Carter Wilson. Plays it across to Halati. Big hit up top almost there from Matani. Could have been worse, but Philippe took it pretty well. Philippe bumps Matani on his way through. Friesen tries getting it to Matani, but has that intercepted. Fort Garry, once again, gets possession of it and dumps it in. Maybe a non-call there as a Victoria was getting tied up. The referees seemingly so far just letting these boys play in the season opener. Almost halfway gone in this first period on gshow.ca. That's played cross ice to number 25 for this Twins team. His name not on the roster sheet. One of the rookies this year for the Twins. And there's Ruben. He loses it in his skates. Gains the zone though. And he's going to be hassled there by two Twins as he dumps it down low. The Victoria's trying to get on the forecheck. That's Francisco Caligari with the Twins who had the puck. Nice move by Blakely. The blue line had that puck stripped away. Now it's onto the stick of Rubini. Backhand pass up to Lee, but unable to hit there as a Twin in the vicinity. And Friesen lays a hit on Kiesman as he tried to dish some action his way. Gets played across ice to Netraduk. Nice assist earlier. Passed it up to Rubini, but unable to cradle that pass in between his skates. Twins go D to D. Get it in deep. Past the red line, so no ice in as Dayton Kiesman starts to wheel on his own end now. Leaves that for new captain for the Vicks and Tyler Rubini as he's going to look to burn now. Looking to burn to the backhand side wide as Rubini continues on with it. Protecting the puck along the boards, gets that up top to Philippe. Philippe goes cross ice, but no one there, turned over. The Twins now on it, Gorchinski, he dekes, oh, and beautiful save there on the breakaway by Ethan Penner. Net goes off. And a lot of drama early on in terms of these scoring chances here at St. Vital Centennial Arena. It's the home guys. The Vicks, the home side, leading this one early on. 1-0 with 10:11 remaining in this first period of action on this brand new mmjhl season on opening night. By the way, 4 games will be on the schedule tomorrow as all other teams will get their seasons going. A bit of physicality there. Balshaw plays that up top. Palamandaris, his shot blocked. Nice job sacrificing the body there from Jorgen Nell. He's out there with Jaquette. Speaking of, he blocks that pass at first. Oh, that shot high of the net bounces around in front. And oh, the mayhem early on here continues as Penner scrambling for that puck. Nice job by Jaquette, who gets a bad break. He blocks that pass initially. It ends up on the stick of a Fort Garry Twin. And they're able to reset quickly below the ringette line and do a nice little give and go one-timer action that just goes higher than that. Quick shot there, turned aside by Penner. The young goaltender busy early on here as the Vicks finally do clear. The Twins, though, looking to break up the other way. That long pass missed the stick of number 18 and Nick Gilberto, who is returning this season, along with about 19 other Twins players from last year's team who made it to the playoffs, got hot at the end of the season. As the Victorias have a chance here. Down low. That's played now half wall to Carter Wilson. Is it down low again, back onto the stick of Carter Wilson at the point. Puck in some skates, but the Vicks recover. Wilson holds the line. He's going to look to get a shot on net. That one just high. Pauls has to work to find it, but that one ends up in his glove. As Paul's returning to man the crease in Fort Garry this season. But no, they were down 3-0 in that first round series to the Riels. Had a great second half of the year, second hottest team heading into the playoffs. And then that depth started to get going. As that series got going, the Riels had some trouble finishing them off as they were up 3-0 in that series, as mentioned, and it ended up going to 6 as the Riels would end up winning it 4-2. But Fort Garry, a team who has not made it past the first round of any playoff season in over a decade. It's been a very long time, and the closest they got was here 2 seasons ago at St. Vital, where they collapsed in epic fashion as the Vics moved on to their first Final Four in quite some time at that time. Of course, the Vics finalists from 2 seasons ago. Both these teams veteran heavy and also liking to get chippy as Cian Flown and Connor Mitchell go at it right beside Penner. The side of the goal. So I'm not sure, is Cian Flown going to be going here to the penalty box? He will be. I believe it will be a coincidental, as so will Connor Mitchell. Yeah, for this Victoria's team, didn't go quite the way they had anticipated last season in the playoffs. What a battle that was in their first round series against the Charleswood Hawks. It went Charleswood going up 1-0 in the series, then the Vics won 2 in a row. Then teams traded punches in that one all the way up until it was a Game 7. Quite a shootout, a barn burner, as the Hawks ended the Vics bid at making it back to the finals with an 8-6 win. But as mentioned with Fort Garry, they're vet heavy for the Victorias. They're pretty vet heavy too, led by the likes of Tyler Rubini, Rylan Netchwaduk this season up front. We will get 4-on-4 action here, as both of those count as penalties that go up on the board. And it's Fort Garry who controls here in the offensive zone. Matani plays that up to Hedlund, gets played down low to number 9 in Neufeld. Hedlund plays it across to Eric Voth. 3 defensemen out there right now for this Twins team. Interesting look there from Scott Wong, but working out for them pretty well. Pass goes over the stick to Matani, goes back door, but oh, that pass just misses the stick of Eric Voth. And the Twins so close to striking back in this one. But we're going to get an offside. And with 7:35 remaining in this first period of action, still 1-0 it remains for the home side. St. Vital Junior Victorias. Be Lee taking the draw, Blake Lee that is. Carter Lee wearing number 20 for the Victorias. Jaquette banks it off the backboards over to Jorgen Nell, who tries playing that up to Blake Lee, but could not hit his stick. Halamandaris picks up the loose puck, goes in now, cuts to the middle, his shot turned aside by Ethan Penner. Into the corner, it's onto the stick of Rubini. He looks to wheel now, trying to split through 2 Twins. Gorchinski was there, and now he has the puck. Plays that short pass to Halamandaris. Halamandaris tried playing it back to Gorchinski, who loses an edge in front of the net, as it's Ethan Penner who decides to cover it up once again. Got another stop in play, and the young goaltenders look good so far. Very comfortable for this Vics team, making some big saves. Fort Garry, as this period has gone along, has definitely looked like they've had more of the quantity of chances, although hasn't always been quality so far, compared to the Vics at least. But I shouldn't say that. It was moments ago. A pass from Matani, just missing the stick of one of his teammates back door. 16 seconds remain in this 4-on-4. No delayed offside on the play, so Fort Garry could touch it up. Balshaw, or Medwick that is, laying a hit on Halati as he goes off. We're back to even strength as Netchwaduk goes to work Down low on a Twins defenseman. Tries playing that puck back to Carter Wilson, but could not. This is turned over, and the Twins now bringing it in. Caligari tries playing that towards the front of the net. Blocked up nicely by the Victorias. Matt Lizotte picks up the loose puck in the corner. Up top, that shot blocked. And onto the stick of Netchwaduk, who goes cross-ice to Connor Mitchell. Touches that puck, negating the icing as he wins the race to the puck now. 5:44 remaining. In the corner of the Twin zone, far corner. Across to Kiesman. His shot blast! Oh, that gets tipped. Can't quite find the net. As the Twins survive that very dangerous looking slap shot blast from Kiesman. He's a very smooth skater. Last season was a treat to watch him play. Getting hounded right now though. In the corner is his teammate and Alessandro Imbrogno. Victoria's clear it past the red line. Hedlund goes D-to-D in his own end. They'll go back to Hedlund now. He plays it up to Matthews, hits the light off of the deflection in, so we will get a stoppage in play. 5 minutes and a second left in this first. As this is just the beginning of our broadcast season. We'll be live at Seven Oaks tomorrow night for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club's home and season opener against the Stonewall Jets. We'll also be at Southdale on Sunday afternoon. So it'll be a rematch of two top four teams from last season in the defending champion St. James Junior Canucks and the Reals. Matthews with a chance, tries going, rebound, turned aside by Penner. I was going to say he was trying to go short side, out in front, loose puck there, scores! Friesen strikes back here in the late parts of this first period. And that pressure has been mounting all period long for this Fort Garry Twins team on the forecheck. Hounding this Victorious team at times. They just haven't been able to quite connect with that efficiency you need to put the puck in the net, and whacking away at it, not the prettiest goal, but finally getting it to hit mesh. For the first time in this season, Ethan Penner's been beaten. With 4:40 left in the period, we go back to center ice. It's tie game 1-1. Here from the Centennial at St. Vital Arena. As Fort Garry goes D-to-D, Matani turns the puck over onto the stick of, I believe it's Blake Lee. Puck gets played down low. Aiden Anderson out there, along with his line mates, but it'll be turned over. Drop pass from Belshaw, drops it to Halamandaris. Now he protects strong on the puck. That sends it down low. This cycle looking to continue for this Twins team. Captain Gorchinski has that stripped away from himself by Aiden Anderson, but Gorchinski gets it back. Passed up to the high slot, turned aside by Penner. Off of that shot from Halamandaris. Try getting it back up to Halamandaris was Belshaw to him, but could not. So it'll be picked up by Gorchinski now. Nice little backhand toe drag to protect, but finally loses it to Ethan Philippe. Hard forecheck from Belshaw. Draws a penalty there. So it'll be Philippe who takes the first of the game. Whips the puck down in disgust. I don't think he's too happy about that one. Has to be frustrating for him. But yeah, it's just that hard forecheck for this Fort Garry Twins team continuing to do its thing. It's damage here early on. And they get rewarded with that hard work with a man advantage. One of the many areas where Scott Wong, of course, would like to see this team take the next step. As well as in every area, just in general, getting off to a faster start this year as Fort Garry controls it. Puck gets through, but rebound can't be picked up as it's Blake Lee. Plays it to the speedy Tyler Rubini. Rubini looks to shoot. Oh, just misses wide of the net. As that puck gets to the point. Number 3 in Blake Goretzky couldn't get that down low. Loose puck picked up by Blakely on this Vic's penalty kill, and St. Vital sends it down as Paul stops the puck there, leaves it for a teammate in Hedlund. As both teams slow up for just a moment here, catching their breaths on a Twins power play with 1:10 remaining on it. Lizotte rims that around down low. Is it strong enough to get to Cianflone? Not quite as he battles in the corner there. Loose puck now picked up. Gilberto up to the point to Matani. Huge block there by Imbrogno as this goes out of play, hits the ceiling. And overall, pretty solid work from the Victorias on this penalty kill so far. Moments ago, you saw Tyler Rubini with that speed. Quick shot just missing that bottom right side. But Alessandro Imbrogno showing his stuff on this penalty kill. Probably St. Vital's most reliable last year. That gets deflected onto the net from the slot. Sharp save made by Penner as the Vics clear it aside now into the Twins zone. 33 seconds remaining now on this Twins man advantage. Short pass to Matani. Drops this back now to Gorchinski. The Twins taking their time now. They're breaking in. Alamandaris tries getting this down low, but not quite strong enough. It's the Vics. Well disciplined in their lanes. Making it tough on Fort Garry so far to get anything going on this man advantage. Maybe something here late as Matani draws people down low, up to the slot. Oh, there was a chance, but Fort Garry misses. As the power play expires. Seemingly opening up that slot area. Excuse my voice crack there, ladies and gentlemen, but opening up that slot area, that high slot area specifically, a few times now in this first period. With a little over a minute left, the draw will be in the Twin zone. Be Riley Netchwood to take it, and he wins it. Puck up to Kiesman, but he fans on this one. It was a theme seemingly last year for the Victorias. A lot of misplays from their defensemen in that regard. It's pretty unfortunate at times. I have to think that the coaching staff with Tyler Anderson and the players in general want to see less of that this season, but this puck will get sent down, not hard enough for icing as Dayton Kiesman holds it behind his own net for just a moment. Fakes one way, goes up the left side now in his own end. Just decides to play it off of the glass. Puck gets by Lizotte. Now onto the stick of number 12 in Luke Elliott. As puck gets sent out of play, we'll get another stoppage here. Could be the final draw of the period, depending on what happens. Draw will be won by the Twins. So they'll get rimmed up to Halamandaris as he'll be rubbed out there by Aiden Anderson. Just across the blue line in the Vic zone. There's maybe potentially one more chance. There's now Nolan Anderson looking to burn wide, stops up, drops it to Aiden. Aiden has his stick. Interfered with a bit there as he was going into the corner. This puck will just stay there as Kiesman takes one shot. Oh, that! Maybe if there's more time, they're able to create some sort of better scoring chance out of that one as the loose puck went up. But just like that, that'll do it for the first period of action here from St. Vital Centennial Arena as the Victorias make their way off to the ice first. Fort Garry will follow, but yeah, we'll update you on the shots, the stats leaders so far in this game, as seems like the intensity in this one is picked up as things have gone along. We've seen that patented mmjhl chippiness that you see in many junior hockey leagues after some of the whistles. We've seen some really nice passing plays. We've seen these really skilled players like the Sam Matanis, the Ryland Etchwadukes, making really high IQ passes and drawing players in on the opposing teams to make better plays for their teammates. We've seen great goaltending from Ethan Penner and some key saves from Alex Pauls. We've even seen some good penalty kill action from the Victorias. And the lone penalty of the period that came later there that Fort Garry could not capitalize on. Both teams, I mean, haven't talked to both coaches yet, but I'm sure they have championship hopes this season with their rosters being so veteran heavy. Both teams have a few rookies, but overall, both in win now mode, and the quest starts tonight for that Jack McKenzie trophy. Going 1-0 would be sweet. It's about how you improve from here, and how will these two teams improve on period 1 into period 2? We'll find out coming up in about 10 minutes or so here on G-Show Productions on gshow.ca on the return of Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League Game Day, brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Goaltenders, Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, and Terrico. Welcome back into St. Vital Centennial Arena for the Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League's 2024-2025 regular season opener. Score 1-1 after the first 20 minutes of play here. A bit under 8 minutes left on the intermission clock. Players should be heading out soon here from both sides, but yeah, it started off with the Victorias opening up the scoring in number for the Vics to start off the scoring. It was Nolan Anderson from Ryland Netraduk. And shortly after, later on in the period, it would be number 17 for the Fort Garry Twins, Noah Friesen, tying the game up with the goal in tight. Netraduk with the lone assist on the Aiden Anderson goal, not Nolan Anderson, and Noah Friesen was assisted by Jace Matthews and Tazio Cianflone at the 15-20 mark. As for the shots, it was 13-5 in favor of the Fort Garry Twins. A lot more quantity in that period compared to the Vics, obviously, on the shot board, but for the Vics, they made the most of their chances, as most of them were all pretty high-danger scoring opportunities. So a lot of work early on for number 29 and Ethan Penner making his mmjhl debut in a Vics jersey. He's looked pretty good, pretty confident, pretty comfortable out there. Mason Tebec is the other goaltender on the Victoria's roster this season. And if there's been, I guess, any weakness in the past on paper historically for this Victoria's team, it has been in that goal position in the last decade or so, more likely than not. And, you know, can guys like Ethan Penner come in and make a huge difference this year? Can Mason Tebec, when he plays, find another level to his game, right? And, I mean, I think for the Twins, they're waiting to see, can Alex Pauls take that next step this season? He looked pretty solid on, you know, the little action he faced. That move by Aiden Anderson was filthy. It was a beautiful passing play. Pretty tough for goaltenders to stop, you know, a player when they have a chance like that, right? So, yeah, for the Victorias, they took the one penalty in this period. There was, of course, 2 penalties before that, but it resulted in 4-on-4 action. And just in terms of their penalty kill, I think they look really good in terms of taking away the middle, the high-dangered options for Fort Garry, and even created some short-handed chances at times. But for the Vics in this period, I think it's just about looking to get more shots, spending a bit less time in your own end, and finding ways to combat a heavy Fort Garry forecheck. That's been one of their strengths from the past few years from what I've seen. And for Fort Garry, can they continue to put up those chances, build on their game, continue to get comfortable in here, get their legs under them? Their vets didn't play a whole lot. They're returning players that are coming back this year in the preseason outside from, you know, the last few games. Vets were sprinkled in and out of the lineup the previous weekend at the East End preseason tournament that was hosted by the Transcon Railer Express. But yeah, I mean, we're early in the season here. All of these teams are going to take a while to get their systems down, to find their midseason form, right? So it's about how do you build on those early habits here early on, and both teams have done some good things. Both teams looking for things to clean up here as we are just about ready to get started for period number 2 here from the Centennial at St. Vital Arena. Game brought to you by McCann Fasteners and Tools, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Goaltenders in Terrico. For Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, we're going to have a very cool announcement coming up in about a month's time this year. I'm thinking maybe in a few months. Has to do with some trading cards with the Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League. So that's all I'll say for now. In present time, though, we're getting this second period underway as the puck has been dropped and possessed by Fort Garry. Picked up by Netraduk, though, off the turnover in the Fort Garry end. And that shot goes high. The Vics starting their big guns here. Rubini out with Blakely along with Netraduk at the front of the net. Up top, that shot wide of the net. From the point, it almost got deflected off that shot by Blake Goretzky. The Victorias here with the early pressure in this second period, but it'll be Fort Garry who makes a move to the net. That's Gorchinski, who couldn't quite catch up to that loose puck. He gets rubbed out near the far boards by Netraduk. Loose puck picked up. Fort Garry trying to get it on net, but nothing results out of that. It's picked up by Gorchinski now. Tries going backdoor. That puck unable to get there, though. It got disrupted. So we're down low in the Victoria's end now. As puck shoveled out. Off the boards, off the backhand by Tyler Rubini. Puck gets played back. Heisman turning towards the boards. He'll continue on with it. Heisman tried to make one more move on Gilberto at that line, but couldn't get by him. Loose puck now picked up by Rylan Netraduk. He tries dumping it in just past the blue line, but fails to. Matani, backhand pass up to Gilberto. Gilberto trying to cut in, but nice play by Jorgen Nell to be able to take away that cutback move that Gilberto tried. Speaking of Gilberto, he's still on the puck. Loose puck picked up by Medwood now. Taking it to the net. Oh, nice save and tight by Ethan Penner. The puck ends up in the corner. As Fort Garry continuing to work with it. Medwick, his shot hits the side of the net, or might have hit the right pad of Penner. As the Victorias now stretch this up. Rubini try getting past Caligari, but nice stick by number 29. Puck played up to Medwick, just past the Victoria's line now. Puck sent on net. As it got touched by number 19 and Matt Lazat. But sharp to make the save was Ethan Penner. So we'll get a face-off inside of the Victoria's zone. Tazio Sanflone to take it for the Twins. Ends up winning it, ties up his man a bit. Puck gets sent down low. Halati gets rubbed out by a Twins player. It's Aiden Anderson on it now. The Vic's only goal scorer. Plays a little backhand, flub off the boards to Halati. Down low the Vics. Still trying to maneuver out of their own end, but Fort Garry with a very good structured 1-2-2 right now on the forecheck, suffocating this Vics team. As Halati almost gets cut off there by number 9 in Sean Neufeld. Puck gets rimmed around the Twins zone now, and it'll be played up to Eric Voth, who can't catch up to the loose puck. Halati reverses it off the backboards. Now it's onto the stick of Aiden Anderson. Cross-ice pass to Nolan, but that's unable to connect with him. Vics go off for a change. Puck by the penalty box. It'll be picked up by number 12 and Luke Elliott. Elliott now his shot low turned aside into the backboards by Alex Pauls. Luke Elliott, puck gets past him. He's still on the forecheck, though, out there with Connor Mitchell. Mitchell gives a rub to Matani. Matani sends him to the ice. So Matani will pick it up now. The crafty defenseman wheeling up. Trying to go with speed, but gets rubbed out. Nice play there by number 21 and Jorgen Nell. Connor Mitchell now looking to build some speed through the neutral zone. Looking to take it wide. Gets stood up there, though, just past the blue line by Matthews. As the Victorias controlling their own end. Cross ice to Carterly. Sends this in deep. Puck rolls over the stick of Alex Pauls. But a bunch of bodies there allows for Fort Garry to get possession back for a quick moment. Jace Matthews plays it out. Will be turned over. Played onto the stick of Alessandro Imbrogno. Go cross ice. Just past the red line. Sent in by Hedlund. As Fort Garry goes off for a change. With 15:22 remaining, the Victorias still looking to break out and get some sustained offense going in this period. Haven't really done that since the opening minute of the second frame. Score still tied, though, at 1-1. Evan Philippe tried making a move to split through two Twins players, but couldn't complete it. No offside on the play as this gets sent down low again. Goretzky out there with Imbrogno. One hands that to the point. Kiesman plays it down low again. Hits something. A spot awkwardly on the boards though. The bottom part of it ends up going out of play into the mesh. Over the glass. And so far, not as many shots as one may have expected to get this period started. We're just over 5 minutes played in it. Both teams looking to establish their hard forecheck too, as St. Vital starting to turn theirs up just a bit. Be played up to Gorchinski. Gorchinski just past the blue line, sends that off the backboards. Purposefully, I think, shooting that wide perhaps. So he looks to work down low. So good and tight. Short pass almost there, but Penner, good stick. That shot there. Oh, how does that not go in the net? Somehow, some way stays out for Fort Garry. And the Victorias survive that swarm of Twins in front. Oh, what a save by Penner on Halamandaris. The quick shot. The Victorias reeling. Now it'll be Rubini trying to make it to that loose puck, trying to alleviate the pressures the Vics do for just a moment. Short pass over to Netraduke. That shot a bit too much for Pauls to handle at first, but the goaltender covers it up. 33 makes the stoppage and covers it up at 13:45 remaining. But yeah, just those short passes from Gorchinski and just the Twins in general and tight on the Vics have created issues for them in the defensive zone so far this evening. But this time around, Penner getting his stick out in front to block that puck, which made it a bit harder for the Twins to create something, and they almost do. Banging away and almost sending one past Penner to make it a 2-1 game. The Vics do a little bit of crashing and banging in the Twin zone now. Trying to hold the line, Jorgenel can't. Gilberto sends a short pass up to Lizotte. Lizotte now cutting in. Penalty drawn. Lizotte can't get a shot off as Pauls goes to the bench. Fort Garry looking to control. Matani, little hesitation. His shot through. Rebound there. Touched up by the Victorias finally. As we'll see the Twins go to their second man advantage of tonight's game. So you can't see him, but Tyler Anderson looking down at his sheet, sending out his PK units here. As Fort Garry sends out their power play unit. Headlined by Gorchinski, who loses that draw. Out there with David Balshaw. Balshaw loses that battle for the puck. Gets sent all the way back down into the Fort Garry Twin zone as Halamandaris first one on it. Turns away from the ever-impressive forechecking on the power penalty kill of Alessandro Imbrogno for the Victorias. Cleared down by the Vics again as they change. Gorchinski, oh, nice move. Loses the puck for just a split second, though. But almost gets past every single Victoria. Going to battle there with Rubini. Quick little saucer pass across. That goes to Matani. A shot wide of the net. Onto the stick of Gorchinski again, though. Poised. With the puck goes across to Matani. Down low. Twins trying to do a little tic-tac-toe, but it's not there. Puck back up to Matani. He goes in. Little give and go in front of the net. Tic-tac-toe was there that time, but turned aside by Penner. Vics can't clear the zone still, though. Across to Matani. His shot through, deflected, though. Out of play, way high. Maybe if there were field goal uprights, that would have counted, but not a nice hockey. Instead, we will get a draw inside of the Victoria zone. I guess they're deeming that the Vics were the last to touch it. Draw will be won by Fort Garry again. Hedlund plays it across. Cianflon, cross-ice pass. That one can't connect with Medwick with 47 seconds left. Back up top to Hedlund. Cross right face-off circle to Cianflon. His shot turned aside Might have not gotten through, but nonetheless, Vic survive again. Medwick across, Jusian flown up top, Hedlund, he unloads his shot, oh, seen through the traffic by Ethan Penner, who continues to impress here in his debut. With 29 seconds remaining on this Twins power play. Score still remains 1-1. With just over halfway remaining here in this middle frame. Down low for Gary. Picks the puck up. Strong forecheck. Allows for them to get it back. But there's going to be a penalty on the play. Maybe a bit too chippy, some interference. And Fort Gary's aggressiveness comes back to bite them here. As in 17 seconds, the Victorias will be going to their first power play of the year. It was Nick Gilberto in front, who ends up taking the penalty. So with that, the Vics send out Rubini, Aiden Anderson, Kiesman, and Nolan Anderson. Aiden on the draw. Wins that cleanly to Kiesman. Decides to shoot it, but deflects out of play. Almost surprised Kiesman didn't feed that D to D to his current D partner right now in Nolan. Just wanted to get pucks on net, though, I think, since they've been pretty limited so far here overall for St. Vital in this game. I believe they're under 10 right now still. They had 5 in the first period. Been mostly for Gary, who has had the bulk of the offensive zone time in this middle frame as they send it down with ease. But turned over by Ethan Penner by the Vics. So a penalty coming up for the Victorias. Potentially, oh no, sorry, it's for the Twins. I don't think Matt Lazat can believe it as he'll be going off soon. St. Vital looking to take advantage. Rubini takes that down low, draws players in. As puck ended up out of the zone, Kiesman decides just to give it back to Fort Gary. Give the Vics more time on what's going to become a 5-on-3 going from a 5-on-4. Someone in the St. Vital crowd happy about that call. Muttering, good call, ref. So yeah, the reffing overall tonight has been pretty solid, gotta say. Let these players play for the most part and are calling a pretty fair game, I'd say. So we're on a 5-on-3 here for the Victorias. Rubini now winds up his shot, turned aside by the paddle of Alex Pauls for a Victorias team last season, who had so much talent on the power play, but there were times where maybe they left you feeling like they could have gotten more out of it. We'll see how the movement looks here for the next over a minute or so as Kiesman hesitates and his shot gets through. Loose puck there. The ref might have gotten the announcer's curse. Just as I was crediting them, to be fair, might have lost sight of the puck, but tough break there for the Victorias as they were looking to build on that shot on goal that they just put on. Aiden Anderson will be on the draw again. This time gets some help from Rubin. He sends that up top to Kiesman, but can't hold the line. As 35 seconds remain on this 5-on-3. Kiesman head manning this puck up. Skating it in. Takes it down low in the corner. Kicks it up into the area of Rubini. Short pass to Nolan Anderson. Draw pass to Kiesman. He's back up top. To the right to Aiden. Across to Netchwood. Now his shot scores! And is that Mr. Captain Rubini who got his stick on it? I believe it was. Netchwood at the center of it all again. Another high quality shot that he puts on net. Perfect placement for a tip. And that elite hand-eye coming through from Tyler Rubini on that one. As the Vics still have 55 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4 to potentially do some damage for Gary, who's had most of the offensive chances up until this point, have run into some penalty trouble. Whether they like it or not, they're going to need to fight back in this early season game. Down 2-1 here. Matani, his shot, high of the net. Might have gone out of play. But this time around, there will be 2 assists. Instead of the one, like on the first Victoria's goal, but just really good understanding of taking the space that's given to you. The space was high up, getting some traffic in front of the net. Pretty textbook stuff there for the Vics on that 5-on-3. But 12 seconds remain on this current power play they're still on, as Brady Jaquette sends it on net before going off for a change. Vics getting some fresh legs as we get back to even strength. The puck will be picked up by Carter Lee, who his pass couldn't quite connect with his teammate. So it'll be Neufeld. His shot might have hit a piece of the blocker of Penner, but turned aside into the corner. Couldn't get up. Goretzky, that puck, loose puck now. Cianflone tried doing a little dirty dangle to get that backhand on net, but could not. Vic send it all the way down. No icing on the play. So it'll be number 14 in Livingstone, who sends a pass up to Voth. Voth tried getting that to Cianflone, but Cianflone could not cradle that short draw pass, as Evan Philippot rubbed out upon entering the twin zone. Cianflone, saucer pass over to Matt Lazat. Tried going backdoor for someone, but covered up well there by Goretzky. Evan Philippe now moving up into the play. Philippe, short pass over to number 23. And Braden Smith, newcomer to this Vics team, who is down low still, looking for options in front of the net. Tries getting it there, but the pass was too aerial for Sandy Ambrogno to make anything happen with it. A trip in the neutral zone happened there, but the refs deciding it wasn't strong enough for them to call. Hedlund now circling back in his own end. Puts it into the feet of lone goal scorer for the Twins in this game, and Friesen, who plays that towards the far boards to one of his teammates, who sends it in. Down low, goes off for a change. For Gary looking to get their forecheck going, but they can't for right now. As Aiden Anderson looking to wheel, cuts to the middle. Anderson, 2 points already in this game. Wheels and protects down below the goal line in the Twins zone. Puck gets sent out of the Twins end now, as Dayton Kiesman will regroup in his own end. Tries sending that off the glass, but could not. This puck trickles down to the Twin zone, where Hedlund will take it around his own net. Loses a handle on the puck, though, as it was bouncing. Gets a short pass completed to Friesen, however, as Friesen has that taken away. The Twins try to play across ice, but cannot. And looks like we have an offside on the play with 15:53 remaining in the second period of action. 2-1 Vics. Up right now. Getting some help from their power play. So it was Rubini who had the deflection on the accurate Netraduk shot. The Twins now look to play it off of the boards to Matani, who sends it up the right side. That puck goes off of a Vic skate, gets sent into their own now. As Jaquette will be there, plays that up the boards. Be taken away by Gorchinski. He tries taking a shot through all that traffic, but couldn't get it through. The Twins looking to go to work on this forecheck. Strong on the puck, though, is Blake Lee, who gets taken down in the neutral zone. No call on the ice, as that almost backdoor save made by Penner. This puck near the far boards now, along that area of the ice. It'll be Blake Lee who gets rubbed out by Balshaw in the corner. Gorchinski in there to pick up the loose puck. He does, but ref decides to blow the whistle. So the music went down there for just a moment, but we'll get a face-off with 4:49 remaining. Medwick on to take it for the Twins in this offensive zone face-off draw. So it'll be won by the Victorias. Dayton Kiesman tried making a move, but puck went a bit too far for him to complete that move. Puck sent back down into the Victoria zone. Medwick with an active stick, trying to stick check Aiden Anderson, but he circles away from him. Lazat becomes the first forechecker for the Twins as St. Vital gets it out. Cross-ice pass to number 16. And Dylan Jaquette, brother of Brady Jaquette, I believe, will confirm that as the season goes along, but Matt Lazat goes high slot. Now Medwick, his shot can't get through. Nice block. Sacrificing the body there from newcomer. And Blake Goretzky cutting to the middle now as Jaquette feeds Aiden Anderson, but getting a piece of it was Alex Pauls. Some St. Vital pressure now. Looking to get the sustained loose puck shot, and on net saved by Pauls from Dylan Jaquette. Loose puck, shoveled out now to Sean Neufeld. A little 2-on-2 action, 3-on-2 now, drops it back to Neufeld. His shot through, oh, what a save by the rookie Tendy and Ethan Penner. He's been huge all night. Outstanding performance so far. Keeps this a one-goal game, and more importantly, keeps the one-goal lead intact for St. Vital in the late stages of the second, just over 3:30 remaining. So there's a tie-up on the draw. Loose puck picked up by Mitchell. Sends it to those far boards. But Vic's unable to do anything with that loose puck. Will be picked up by Cianflone. Trying to work away on Halati, but Halati plays a good gap and rubs him out. On the rush, Halati plays this off of the glass. Gets into the neutral zone, but whacked away at by the Twins, who get possession of it again. Played off the far boards. Cianflone plays it back to Hedlund. Making headway up now. As his shot can't get through. Blocked by Halati. Hedlund gets it back. His shot turned aside again by Penner. As the Victorias clear this one out. Picked up just inside of the Vic's blue line by Imbrogno. His pass can't hit Philippe. It's in his skates as this goes down all the way for an icing. 2:30 remaining in this middle frame. Gorchinski out to take the draw for Fort Garry against Imbrogno. Wins it to Alamandaris. His shot gets through a side of the net there. Can't whack away at it effectively was Balshaw, who gets it down low. Gorchinski in Gretzky's office up top to Alamandaris. His shot through off of the post. I believe Penner got a piece of that at first. Goaltender's best friend there making its famous noise, the ting of the post. St. Vital gets it out past the red line. Aiden Anderson sends it in as the Vics get off for fresh skaters. Control it in their own end now. Connor Mitchell a bit tripped up, but the ref's going to let this one slide now. Connor Mitchell weaving through everybody. Gets taken out. Loose puck there still Luke Elliott tried getting it back door to Connor Mitchell, but couldn't find him. Back up top, that shot through, tipped just wide of the net. As Luke Elliott, this line for the Victorias, making Fort Garry feel it a bit right now. Carter Lee tried getting that across to a teammate, but could not. As that attack short-lived from St. Vital. That shot turned aside off the rush by Penner, and the Vics go the other way. Just over a minute remaining now. Kiesman backhand off of the side of the net. A little inside-outside move to create that for him. But we're into the final minutes now. Loose puck slapped away by Fort Garry in their own end. This will be dumped in just before the Vic's blue line. Kiesman makes a mistake there, turns that over, that shot high of the net from number 24 in Headland. Far boards in the Vic zone now is where this puck is. It'll be picked up by Rubini, who's looking to go in with speed. 27 seconds left. Rubini burning through, but has his shot deflected and out of play. And for him last season, he could just wind it up and go in a flash. Team started to play him harder as the season went along too. And you can even see it, the attention to detail, always, at least it seems, two guys on Rubini. These two guys in his vicinity. So they know how much damage the captain can truly do. Gilberto almost gets that shot on net, beating number 3 in Gretzky to that loose puck. Gretzky looks to send a long pass up. Misses everyone, no icing on the play. As Pauls plays that to Caligari, and with that, we will be sending it to the second intermission with the Victorias up by a score of 2-1. And once again, it did seem like for the most part, especially in the first half of that period, it was Fort Garry who was controlling the quantity of the zone time. The Vics start off with a quality chance, and as that period went along, they continued to get their quality chances. And look, I don't care what their percentage was on the power play last year. I forget off the top of my head. But you give a team with this much talent, with Rubini, with Netchwaduk, the Andersons, Kiesman, Jaquette, whoever it may be on the Vic's power play, and you give them a 5-on-3 opportunity, they're going to make you pay for it. Now, unfortunate for the Twins. I think that was an unfortunate call in a way. Could have gone either way from what I saw to make it a 5-on-3. But yeah, the Vics, once again, just taking advantage of their opportunity. And as that period went along, getting more and more zone time, the young guns for this team, like Dylan Jaquette, when we're talking about a guy like Blake Goritsky as well, Carter Wilson, like these guys have been doing some impressive things tonight, and you could even see Dylan Jaquette setting up Aiden Anderson on a beautiful one-timer chance there in that second half of that period. Ethan Penner's been fantastic so far in this game. He's made some huge saves, made a big difference so far. And, I mean, hey, St. Vitel's been improving, but without him, this could be Fort Garry leading this game by 1 or 2 goals. So, will he get player of the game? Will it be someone else from the Vics? Who will get it from Fort Garry? We're going to have our post-game show after the third period, potentially OT if it gets to that point, maybe even after a shootout if it goes that long. But we have period 3 coming up next. We'll be back just before the start of that period for some final second intermission thoughts here on your home for hockey in Manitoba for 2024-2025. G-Show Productions on gshow.ca. Sponsored by McCann Fasteners and Tools, Goaltenders, Ken Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, and Terrico. We'll be back in about 7 to 10 minutes or so, folks, with the start of period 3. Welcome back into St. Vital Centennial Arena for opening night of the Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League season. We've had a great game so far. 2-1, St. Vital leads over Fort Garry after 40 minutes of play. Was Captain Tyler Rubini tipping home the shot from teammate Rylan Netchwaduke as he got his second assist of the night on the Vicks go-ahead goal on the power play. And yeah, speaking of, the shots, they totally flipped in that period. I'm just realizing now I read it backwards. So Fort Garry has been outshot in 2 periods now. Just kind of interesting. I could have sworn they had the more shots in that first period, but nonetheless, yeah, it's 27-14 in shots in favor of the Victorias in this game. But in that second period, going back to it, Fort Garry, for the first half of that period, was putting up more of the offensive zone time. Seemed like they were getting more chances. Some really big saves throughout that period on some good chances from the Twins by rookie goaltender and Ethan Penner. And yeah, for the Vicks, they've gotten a lot of quality tonight. Of course, have had some problems against this Fort Garry Twins forecheck, but seemingly figured out as that period went along. We're getting cleaner zone exits, more direct with their passes out of the zone, and started to get on the rush more, creating more chances and creating more zone time for themselves. Power plays look dangerous for St. Vital tonight. For Fort Garry, they haven't had that much power play work compared to the Vicks, taking the more penalties. And really what's going to be interesting is, are we going to see a faster start in the first minute from the Twins compared to what the Vicks had in that first period? And then, of course, the play shifting to the Twins' favor through the first half of that period, and then the Vicks starting to turn the tide as that went along. And yeah, I think those 2 penalties that were taken by the Twins was definitely a spark that St. Vital might have needed to get themselves going in that period of action, right? Sometimes all it takes is that, and they ended up putting over 10 shots again on net, 14 in that period alone. More shots this time around from Fort Garry at 9 in that first period. As both teams making their way out onto the ice now. Twins will be going from left to right during this period from our broadcast perspective. Vicks will be skating from right to left on the attack. We'll be here next Thursday for the Victoria's next home game. Which, check the schedule, don't quote me on it, but I believe the finalists from last year, the Pembina Valley Twisters, will be in town that night, making the trip out from Morris, Manitoba. We'll be live from Seven Oaks Sportsplex, or Seven Oaks Arena, tomorrow for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club's home and season opener against the Stonewall Jets. But before that, we got business to take care of in this game. Blake Lee loses the draw to Medwick, and we're underway. As D2D, the Twins go, they control the puck to start this period off. Going cross ice, Gilberto, just before the blue line, dumps it in. That's turned over now. Twins with a chance. That nice save made by the defenseman's stick of rookie Blake Goritsky. As Rubini break into the net, he shoots. Oh, nice save to stay with him. In number 33 in Alex Pauls. And with that speed, Rubini bursting in. And I'm not sure what the whistle was for exactly. I believe the net went off, so no penalties on the play. Still at 5-on-5 here. Just over 30 seconds gone as the Vics win the draw. Trying to, of course, bring this first win home. 20 miles to go here. As Fort Garry controls it below their own goal line. Little draw pass to, I believe, number 14 in Headland, or in Livingstone. As Fort Garry able to finally get into the Vic zone, creating a turnover up high. As touched by Balshot to himself. Has a shot blocked. Matani's shot gets through. That'll be saved and turned aside by Penner. Livingstone activates in now. Across to Matani. His shot blocked aside there by Penner. In the slot area. Both teams trying to get at it. It'll be the Twins who still have possession of it for the time being. Sent out off of the skate of Aiden Anderson. Or Nolan Anderson, that is. And all the way down for icing. In this third period of action, brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, McCann Fasteners and Tools, Terrico and Goaltenders. Thank you to them for being our official sponsors of our inaugural mmjhl game day of this 2024-2025 season. Puck sent into the corner. Victoria's looking to play it up. They do. Getting this one out was Aiden Anderson out there with Nolan. It's the Twins looking at some kind of attack going. They won't for now. Aiden Anderson now tries using Caligari as a decoy, but Caligari ends up blocking that shot attempt from Aiden. Played up to Cienflone, who's trying to beat Carter Wilson to the puck, but Wilson, good positioning, gets to it first. Cienflone, good stick though to keep that forecheck alive, keep that puck battle alive. Now it'll be picked up by Sean Neufeld. This forecheck from Fort Garry, looking to establish its presence now in this period in the early stages. Shot wide of the net. Up top to Caligari, sends that back down low to Cienflone. Cienflone trying to protect the puck with one hand, does for the time being. His pass just stays in the zone, gets it across to Headland, side of the net. Oh, a stinger there from Carter Wilson as he blocked that shot with his hand. Wilson seems like he's all right though as he shakes it off, rubs out Neufeld below his own goal line as the puck gets sent out. A stretch pass up to Luke Elliott. Nice little inside move to protect the puck before sending it in deep. Where it's onto the stick of Livingstone. Tries rimming it around. It'll be Jace Matthews first on the puck. Zone end for Fort Garry. This puck gets sent out of play into the mesh. Closest to our broadcast camera. We'll get a draw inside of the Twins zone. Connor Mitchell on to take it. Wins it to Kiesman. His shot will be blockered aside by Pauls. Play to the front of the net. Quick stick in front. Oh, almost trouble there for Fort Garry. So they're able to clear away the front of their net for now and get this puck out as Matani looks to make his way up. Gets rubbed out just before the blue line. That's him and Luke Elliott exchanged some words as Elliott lost his stick and picked it up. Friesen protects it. Into the slot he goes, but Jace Matthews was covered by about 3 Vics in his area there. Puck gets sent in past the red line by Carter Lee as he goes off for a change for the Vics. Fort Garry on possession of it below their own goal line, behind the net. Puck rims around opposite side. Vics get possession of it. Halati off of the boards to his teammate. Shot gets sent down low. That's held in by Jaquette. His shot can't get past the skates there. Philippe, his shot turned aside, up in the air. That blocker save went by Alex Pauls. Player gets rubbed out big time. No call on the play. Vics continuing to press from the outside. That shot blocked by a Twin off the stick of Imbrogno. Play down low towards the area of Braden Smith. C battles with the twin. The Vicks, their forecheck now coming to life. That shot can't get to the front. Blocked by Matani as he looks to skate this one up. Matani now protects wide, trying to go to the net. He does, and in tight. Couldn't get a quality shot in on Ethan Penner as he hugged his post. Really well to take it away. Penner gets his glove knocked off by Medwick. No call on the play. Unbelievable not to see a call there. For as much as these refs have let him play tonight. So that gets to Lizotte. Lizotte, saucer pass too high for Gilberto to make a play on. Puck gets sent out of play. But yeah, unbelievable. Like, I get it. I guess the goaltender has to try to keep his glove on, but you don't really expect that happening. Someone just knock it off your glove like that with a stick. Be Darian Medwick taking the draw. Number 12, as he wins that back. That shot, blast, turned aside by Penner. Shot came off of the stick of Caligari. Pass behind Nechwaduk on the breakout attempt from the Vicks as this goes down for an icing. Medwick on to take the draw again. Has Lizotte right behind him. As Lizotte steps up now, Lizotte, his shot gets blocked by Goretzky, who's had a standout game in his mmjhl debut for the Vicks. Hedlund plays that across. Gilberto, I believe, to Lizotte. Lizotte sends a pass across to Medwick. Medwick, first one on it. Being challenged there by a few Victorias. Closest to him, battling right now, is Blake Lee. Robs him out. Lizotte there for support, though, for Fort Garry as they keep this cycle going. As Goretzky strong on the puck. On the body there of Lizotte. Rubbed him out along the boards. Dayton Kiesman takes a short pass. Looking to wheel up now. Kiesman, draw pass to Nechwaduk. 3 points already. Looking for a goal, but that shot will be turned aside by the glove of Pauls. 13-14 remaining, I believe, in this third period of action. Vicks still lead by a score of 2-1. Aiden Anderson wins the draw. That goes up to Jaquette. Jaquette plays that down the left side, down low, rims around. Halati activates in to chip this to the opposite side again, which he does. Battle a few colors of each jersey in the corner there. As this puck gets sent out onto the stick of Gorchinski. Nutmegs. Jaquette gets by him, but rubbed out. Similar to Rubini, the way they play Gorchinski tonight. Well, at least they're having three guys on him to rub him out. Mandaris picks up this Luke puck. Down low. Short pass out in front, can't connect with Gorchinski. Off the boards up top to number 2 newcomer for the Twins. His name not on the game sheet. Balshaw gets rubbed out down low now. Gorchinski in there for support. Gorchinski battling along with Anderson. Halati picks up the loose puck, gets it to Nolan Anderson, but Nolan Anderson's pass out can't get past the skates. I believe it was Halamandaris. Pressure now going up. Number 2, oh, he gets laid out. Jaquette laying down the hammer on him. As in the corner, he battles along with Gorchinski. Finally out for the Victorias, but looks like there will be an icing on the play. There will be exactly that. As for now, St. Vital is looking to get a bit of rest. Bit of a breather here as they're unable to change per the league's rules. And a timeout, I think a smart one taken here from Ty Anderson give his group a 30-second rest. As they have not had any sustained offensive zone time in the last few minutes here. Over 30 seconds this timeout will be, but you got to think Fort Garry, as aggressive as they're playing, could their deep pinching in like they just did cost them with some of the speedsters that St. Vital has on their team that could get behind their defense? They're able to chip that puck out, right? For St. Vital, looking to help out their goaltender in Penner. And continue to make it difficult for Fort Garry to get quality chances. Done a really good job of taking away the prime slot area tonight. Not as much the high slot area earlier on in the game. But Halati plays that to Jaquette. It gets past him. Matani jumps up into the play, as he likes to do so often. Got rubbed out there by Jaquette. Jaquette goes off for a change. Matani will stay out. Into the puck as Cianflone turns it over for the Twins in his own end. Cianflone will get the puck back. Lost it in his skates along the boards. As Matani will be forechecked now. Matani tries making a cut inside. No call on the play as Matani gets taken down, a bit slow to get up. But Cianflone looks like maybe he fanned a bit on the shot. Dump in there. Oh, now we're getting a bit physical as number 20, Carter Lee, was just taking down another one. And here's a penalty coming to Sam Matani. Just laid out Luke Elliott. And now we're getting chippy as we might see a scrap here in the season opener. Maybe not. As the helmet of Connor Mitchell is off. Of course, if you tuned in last year, he was involved in almost every scrum, it seemed. Saw his helmet off a few times last year as well. He's chatting with the ref. Both will go here. But back-to-back big hits laid on the ice. You gotta wonder what the next 10 minutes and 33 seconds will bring. We're early in the season here. I mean, this game at the end of the day really doesn't mean that much when we look back the 45 games that will be played. So could it be one of these teams sending a message to one another with some physical play? Say, hey, be ready for the next time. Or are we going to see these teams behave themselves? As the draw will be inside of the Fort Garry zone. Looks like we're going to be playing 5-on-4. So Fort Garry gets the lone penalty. Mitchell is in the box for the Vicks as the Vicks go back to the man advantage. Controlled on that right side. Kiesman across to Netchwaduk. With some patience. Drops it up top to Kiesman again. Cross ice. Puck cradled off the boards to Aiden Anderson. Into the skates of Netchwaduk. Back to Aiden. To Dayton. Kiesman looks. He shoots. Fires through traffic. Couldn't get on net though. As Gorchinski gets rubbed out in the corner for Fort Garry. Puck moved along by Rubin. He comes back to the right side. Up top, Kiesman. His low shot will be turned aside by the skate of a Fort Garry Twins player. As they get a much-needed clear. And the Twins look to defend this upcoming Vicks rush. As Rubini gets a hold of the puck. Vicks continue to work it. 44 seconds remain, and now Aiden Anderson can cleanly cradle that puck, but he has it back now. Goes across to Rubin. He's shot in tight. Oh, save mate scores! It's Nolan Anderson getting in on the action now. As he picks up the garbage and puts this puck into the net. Pauls made the first 2 saves but couldn't make the third. So it's now 3-1 for the Vicks, with 9:08 left as they look to take this home for the first one of the season. Sorry if it was a bit choppy there on the stream, folks. But I think you could see it well enough. As the Vicks controlling once again on their power play. Taking advantage of the space that's given to them. Opening up those cross-ice passing seams. And leading this Twins team now by 2 goals as Livingstone's shot can't get through. Almandaris' does. So it'll be Ethan Penner. Loose puck there. Whistle not blown. And all the bodies in front. Penner. Sitting on the ice, has the puck in his glove. I think the refs just lost sight of it. We will get a face-off now to the right of Penner. Medwick to take it against Netraduk. As Netraduk wins it for the Victorias. Wilson off the boards to Goretzky. Short pass up from Netraduk. Can't find his teammate in Luke Elliott, the most recent goal scorer in this game, as the Twins have it in their possession. Nice hand-eye there by Luke Elliott, gets a piece of it. So did number 20 and Carter Lee. Will be picked up by Livingstone now. It's just past the red line, sends it in, save made by Penner, forcing him to be sharp on that long shot. Played into the neutral zone. Netraduk picks the pocket in alone. Oh, nice save made there by Pauls. Would have to think, though, Netraduk would have wanted just a second or 2 more. He couldn't do much with that puck as it was moving fast on him. Victoria's turn it over. Out front, that shot from the point, Hedlund. Oh, blasted way wide. As this Fort Garry team on the forecheck now. Penalty coming, it comes to the Victorias. It'll be a trip, and oh, there's a shot there from the Rook and Goretzky. A little two-hander to the back of Medwick afterwards. We'll have to see if he gets a bit more here. Could be huge for Fort Garry. Haven't been on the power play in quite some time, not since the first, I believe. Medwick is also going too. So referee number 95 chatting with the timekeeper. And both Rubini and Gorchinski discussing with the refs what the call is. It'll be a penalty to the Vicks. Coming to Goretzky for a trip. And the chirping continues in the penalty box too. A bit there. You guys can't see it, but let me tell you, though, getting here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, was quite the hassle, quite the chore. Went to Kenaston to pick something up for tonight for this broadcast, and took me about an hour to get down here to St. Vital. I hope everyone made it here safe tonight. Who did make it down to the arena? It's construction nuts in this city, as it always is. Looks like we got things sorted out too. The Vicks, they'll be the ones going on the power play actually. So it won't be Fort Garry. Not quite sure how this has happened, but here we are as Fort Garry has to work with the hand they're dealt and an offside there. Chirping going on loudly now. Some of these players making some mocking noises to each other as well. As this one for sure picked up its intensity as it's gone along. Puck will be played back to the far boards in his own end of the Victorias, and Ethan Penner. Netchwaduke leaves a draw pass for Kiesman. Gives a short little pass to the right to Rubini, who cuts back opposite side of the rink now. Rubini toe drags and rims this one around into the vicinity of Aiden Anderson, who is battling down low there. This puck now getting past a Victoria's defenseman, Helen Menderes, across. Little give and go. Can't quite get it across. Beautiful defense by the Victorias to stay on that one to disrupt the pass through on what looked like a sure Fort Garry Twins goal on a prime shorthanded scoring chance. Caught a Vicks defenseman pinching up, chipped it past him, created that 2-on-1. Still, we remain a 2-goal game here, 2-goal deficit for Fort Garry. As just under 40 seconds remain on the Vicks man advantage now. Aiden Anderson, Delane, goes high slot to number 16 in Dylan Jaquette. Now side of the net. Anderson now banking away at that, scores! And just like their second goal, except the passing wasn't as pretty leading up to it, Vicks bang away at it. Believe it was Connor Mitchell. And once again, the Vicks score on the power play. Their third power play goal of the night. Special teams rolling for the Victorias, even though I'm not entirely sure how they end up, on that power play to begin with. Nonetheless, 5 minutes remaining and just a bit in this game. And St. Vital is up by 3 now. As they have not trailed tonight. They opened up the scoring in this game. The stick of Aiden Anderson. Friesen had tied it up. But outside of that, it's been 3 straight power play goals for St. Vital. Not always Fort Garry's fault, but the discipline has to be emphasized a bit more, potentially. It is only the first game, of course, but don't want it to become a theme of you spending time in the box about 4 or 5 times in the game, right? So, of course, so much to clean up and so much time to do it for these two teams. St. Vital, though, looking strong here in this season opener. A team like mentioned early in this broadcast, made it to the finals 2 years ago. Lost to the St. James Junior Canucks in a sweep of that finals and couldn't make it back to try to avenge their loss last year as St. James made it back. Won a 3rd straight championship, and St. Vital lost in 7 games in round 1 to the Charles Wood Hawks. Just heard that Aiden Anderson got announced as the Boston Pizza player of the game for the Vicks. Our player of the game will be coming up in our short post-game show tonight. As the Vicks look to close this thing out now against Fort Garry in the season opener. Goalie is pulled. Extra attacker on for Fort Garry now. It's a 6-on-5. They hold the zone. Hand pass will be called. With 4:02 remaining, Scott Wong getting aggressive here with a lot of time left, and why not? You're down by 3. I mean, from what the analytics and statistics have been at the pro levels, like, your chances go up, and why wouldn't they have having an extra player on the ice in that? So, makes sense why you would do it. Nothing to lose in this one. You're pretty much guaranteed a loss here on opening night, so why not throw everything at this victorious team? They've been throwing shots all night at Ethan Penner, who's been locked in. Aside from the one goal he let in, which was a tough one, had to battle through traffic, and that puck wasn't settling down. He settled himself down as this game has gone along. Matt Lizotte wins the draw. Matani goes cross ice to Halamandaris. Tries getting that shot through, but it's blocked by his own teammate and Lizotte. Matani will draw a penalty here now for Gary. Here and just give it to him so they have enough time on this power play. Stoppage and play with 3:34 remaining. So it will be Alessandro and Brogno going to the box. For this victorious team. This draw will be won by the Twins. They get back on the power play finally here in this game. Skorchinski tried going across to Halamandaris at the point, but his pass got disrupted through the skates of one of his teammates. So now the Twins got to regroup and go back into attack. Holding the line nicely there were the Vicks. Not allowing for the Twins to break in easily. That shot not handled that well by Penner. Hit his stick awkwardly. Be controlled by Gorchinski. Top of the right face-off circle down low to Balshaw. Working this up top to Matani. His shot through, but seen well through the traffic by Penner to make yet another stop tonight. .252 left on the clock. Draw will be won by the Twins again. 6-on-4 right now. That shot seen through traffic again. Low kick save by Penner. He's been locked in. And locked in again. Kicks that into the corner. Across ice. Fort Garry throwing everything they have at him now. Through traffic. That shot not getting through this time. So the Vicks doing a good job of taking away those shot lanes in the same. One of the head refs having a conversation with Penner. As Fort Garry gets some fresh legs on. With Medwick out to take the draw now. With the goalie still pulled, the puck has barely left the St. Vital end here in the past few minutes. Fort Garry really turning up the pressure with an extra attacker on the 6-on-4. 46 seconds remaining in it. Up top. That shot, I don't think Penner saw that one, but wide of the net anyways. Gilberto down low, gets it to Cienflone. Up top to Hedlund. Back to Cienflone. Loses possession of it, gets it back quickly though to Gilberto. Up to Hedlund. The Vicks keeping them on this right side. Now the Twins go to the left. Shot out and cleared out by the Vicks though, as it's all the way down into the empty net, and that's another goal. His second of the night for number 14 and Connor Mitchell. If it wasn't already, that one will pretty much put this one to bed. With a minute 50 remaining. And funny enough, another special teams goal for St. Vital, this time coming short-handed. St. Vital will open up another season with a win. St. Vital and Fort Garry will have days off coming up tomorrow night, as is usually the case with these Thursday night matchups for these teams that play in these games. Fort Garry, of course, will be trying to look to rebound against what should be a very good Charleswood Hawks team in their home opener on Sunday night from Century Arena. And for St. Vital, going over to Terry Sawchuk to play the River East Royal Knights, who for themselves inside that locker room, motivated this season, I'm sure, to prove to the rest of the league that they can get back to playoff contention. A lot of changes with that franchise all the way starting from trade deadline last year, as they unloaded some really good vets to get better for the future, hypothetically, and we'll see that on display, this new look River East Knights team, for the first time on Sunday. We'll have the schedule for you and more for the next 2 days coming up in our short little post-game show. As both teams on a 4-on-4 once again. This will be controlled by the Vicks. Reverse to Goretzky. Goretzky got it to Aiden Anderson to Jaquette, who skates it in. Jaquette dumps it in deep. Onto the stick of Aiden Anderson as he looks to cut in. Good defense there, but a penalty coming up for a hook. It'll be a 4-on-3 for the Victorious coming up, which won't really matter at this point. For Ethan Penner, picking up his first career mmjhl win in the pipes. Guy looks like he has a killer stash going too. I saw his face when he took off his helmet at one point. Maybe that brought him some luck tonight as well, but the Victoria is at the point. Halati, his shot turned aside by Alex Pauls. As one more potential chance here for Jace Matthews, loses the puck. Jorgen Nell will be on it, as well as Alessandro Ambrogno. Matthews going hard until the final whistle, as Jorgen Nell will skate this one will shoot this puck, which is not received well by the Fort Garry Twins side, of course. Don't really know why you let that shot go. Why not just skate with it? To be honest with you, not the smartest thing. But at the end of the day, I'm sure he does not care, along with the rest of this Victoria's team, as they win the first game of the season, the league's season opener for 2024-2025, by a score of 5-1. And this was a game where St. Vital never trailed, led in shots, and found most of their goals on special teams tonight. Tyler Rubini struck blood for the first time in his season, getting his first of the year. Netchwa Duke had a multi-point night, along with Aiden Anderson, who ends up getting the Boston Pizza Player of the Game. And for Fort Garry, it was just getting into playoff trouble. I mean, I'm sure frustration peaked in as well. St. Vital continuing to apply the pressure, not letting up as this game went along, getting better with their defensive details, getting some really huge saves from their goaltender, Ethan Penner. So all those things, you know, their big guns stepping up as well. All in all, a really sound win for St. Vital on opening night tonight, and really promising for Tyler Anderson to know, hey, you know, yes, teams haven't been doing special teams work really, but you know, in the early season here to get 3 power play goals in an opening night, got to feel pretty good if you're the St. Vital Junior Victoria's coaching staff in terms of, hey, you know, we just got to work on fine-tuning this thing now. Don't have to dive completely into it to rework it potentially if it doesn't work. It looks like it was sure working tonight for St. Vital. But we'll get into the player of the games. Brought to you by our sponsors in Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. Goaltenders, Terrico, as well as McCann Fasteners and Tools. We'll start off with the losing side in the Fort Garry Twins. A player who I felt was creating a lot of quality for their team when they did have their chances was Carter Halamandaris, a returning player on this year's team. When he's in the lineup, he's going to be a huge part of what they plan to achieve this season and how they'll get it done. A guy who you can see has no problem carrying that puck in with confidence, letting shots go in, created a lot of rebounds tonight. Fed some nice passes that his teammates just couldn't put away. And as for the Victorias, I was thinking of rookie defenseman Blake Goretzky as that guy to pick because he was pretty sound tonight. Maybe had the best game out of any St. Vital Junior Victoria's defenseman, but it's got to be Ethan Penner. Only 1 goal allowed, which it's a tough one to handle. Almost had a shutout, made some huge saves for this Vicks team. Helped, you know, cut off any momentum that Fort Garry might have been looking to be building with those huge saves. So you need good goaltending to win. You need a good team to win as well. But the Vicks got both tonight, and Ethan Penner gets our player of the game. We'll be live tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. for the puck drop of the season opener for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club at the Seven Oaks Arena, or Seven Oaks Sportsplex, whichever one you want to call it, to take on the Stonewall Jets, who they themselves has high hopes heading into this season after missing the playoffs by only 1 point last year. No mmjhl podcast for tonight. Due to technical difficulties, we were planning on doing it right after the game, but one of our mics isn't working, and we were planning on having guests, and don't want you guys to hear bad audio. So stay tuned on gshow.ca for when that episode will come out. Will most likely come out on Saturday afternoon. We'll return to posting on as our regular schedule next week. But thank you again to everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you to our sponsors in Can Central Sports Cards, Memorabilia, as well as Terrico, McCann Fasteners and Tools, and Goaltenders are sponsoring the first of what will be many mmjhl game days. We got Raiders, Jets tomorrow. St. Boniface Riels versus the St. James Junior Canucks from Southdale Arena on Sunday afternoon. And what is the start of a very exciting mmjhl 2024-2025 season, or it should be. Vicks open it up with a 4-1 win. 5-1 win, as I should say. Taking it over Fort Garry to start off 1-0. Good night, folks. We'll see you next time on mmjhl Game Day.